Our daughter Riley was born in 2005, and at the time we did not know that she would have Down syndrome, and so we found out in the hospital it wasn't what we were expecting, and there were some tears and worries and fears, but that evening the Lord convicted my heart and He said, you know, I have a plan for you. I had always wanted a Catholic education for my children, and so when Riley was born, my son at the time was a little bit older than 3, and so once Riley was born, we thought that that would not be a possibility for her to go to Catholic school. Obviously, our journey shifted. Jesus is at the center of our family, and we wanted our faith to be infused not just in our family, not just on Sundays at church, but to be an everyday part of our lives. And just because Riley has an extra chromosome, that doesn't mean that she's not part of the one body of Christ. The journey with her disability, when we first found out that Riley has Down syndrome, a lot of people don't know this, but when I was growing up, one of my best friends had recently moved into the neighborhood, and her little brother had Down syndrome. And to be honest, I didn't really know what it was, but when I spent more time with Louie, I just realized that Louie is just like us.
The reason about my brother and my sister, Noah and Cassidy. Noah's about to turn 23 and Cassidy is 16, and I love them even though they help me with homework from school.
My husband and I are both teachers. We realized that Riley is very high functioning, and Riley can do everything that the other kids can do. It just might take her a little bit longer. We spoke with the then principal at the time, Nancy Rowan, and we said, hey, let's try this out. Let's see how it works. And I really wanted her academic life to be rooted in our faith life. And that's what Riley got here, along with my other children, at St. Mary Catholic School. I did have one time somebody say that they thought that we had Riley because we were being punished. And that was very hurtful. And I remember saying, our God is a loving God. And he doesn't, we're not being punished. And God is going to work through Riley, and God is going to work through me and my husband. God is going to work through my children. And we're going to have a big impact on the world in a way that we don't even know, and an impact on the community. I just knew that the Lord wanted to use me and my husband to educate others. One of my favorite chapters in the Bible is Matthew 25. And toward the end of Matthew 25, it says, whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me. And while we do not view Riley as the least of God's people, we are realists in that we understand that there are people in the community, not necessarily St. Mary's, but in the community at large, that might view Riley as a least of these. But here at St. Mary's, it was never that way.
All right, good morning. I'm waiting.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Riley is a very good reader, and I really wanted her one day to have the opportunity to read at Mass, but because of COVID, there were some restrictions to that, obviously. But at Riley's final Mass, the final school Mass here at St. Mary's, Miss Doyle, her resource teacher, they all worked together and they conspired a plan. It was titled Operation Make Mama Cry, and Riley got up at the AMBO and she read the welcome, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried. All the teachers who worked with Riley all these years, they cried, because it was the culmination of everything that we had done, all of the joys, all of the challenges, all of the successes. And it wasn't just Riley's success, it was the entire faculty body, the entire student body, and their parents who welcomed Riley.
Graduating class of St. Mary Catholic School.
With a lot of prayer and support and a lot of research, Riley is one of the first children with Down syndrome here in Brevard County to go through Catholic school from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade. And obviously all glory goes to God. Her dream is to work with children, and so we're going to do everything that we can. And of course, we're going to pray and trust in the Lord to direct our steps. With a lot of love and support and early intervention, and especially our church family, we were able to help Riley to be the best that she can be at the point where she is in her life right now. Every time I look back on my life where the Lord is pivoting me and redirecting me, I look back and see, oh my gosh, that was way better than what I would have chosen originally. But I know that this journey of having Riley was not just a journey for her, it was also a journey for me and the rest of her family members. I can't even imagine walking this journey without God being by my side. I couldn't have done it without him. Okay. Whew.